Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be performing this quest, perform foundational infrastructure task in Google Cloud. So this is a 4-hour quest. So once you complete this quest, you will be earning this skill badge. So this skill badge is provided by Google Cloud. This quest contains set of labs which you need to complete to earn this skill badge. So let's start with this lab, Cloud Storage, Quick Start, Cloud Console. So this is a 30 minutes lab. By doing this hands-on lab, you will get an idea on how to use the cloud storage bucket. So in this hands-on lab, we will be using a cloud console to create a storage bucket, then upload objects, create folders and subfolders and make those objects publicly accessible. So we'll be performing all of this task. So let's start with the lab. So once you click on start lab, this timer will start. So temporary environment gets created. So let's click on open Google Cloud Console and sign in with a student ID and the password. I've logged into the Google Cloud Console. Let's proceed with the task one, create a bucket. So bucket are nothing but like a containers which hold data in cloud storage. So let's create a bucket. Let's go to console. I'm in my console here. So let's go to here under navigation menu. You need to click on cloud storage. So we are under cloud storage dashboard. So this is how the dashboard looks like. And here you can see there are no buckets created. Let's click on create. You can use the project ID to create a bucket. So let's use a project ID. Let's copy this. Here under bucket, provide that name. So I'm using the project ID as a bucket name. Bucket name should be unique. You can't have two buckets with the same name. So you have to ensure that you provide a unique name. In this lab, I'm using the project ID as my bucket name. So you can also do the same. And these are the naming rules which you need to follow. You should not include any sensitive information in the bucket name. Everyone can access the bucket since it is global and it is publicly visible to everyone. So you have to ensure that you don't include any sensitive information in the bucket name. And bucket names must contain only lowercase letters. You can't use the capital letters. All the letters in your bucket name should be lowercase. It can contain numbers, dashes, underscore and dots. And if the bucket name is contained in any dots, it requires the verification. You can click on this and check about this. Let's open this in a new window. So domain name bucket verification, you need to follow this. So these are the procedure which you have to follow if you are using a dot name over there. And the bucket names must start and end with a number or letter, and each bucket name must contain 3 to 63 characters. So these are the rules which you need to follow. And bucket names cannot begin with a Google prefix. So this is the Google prefix, right? So it should not contain any Google or similar to Google. You cannot name your bucket in that way. And for DNS compliance and future compatibility, you should not use underscores or have a period adjacent to another period or dash. So for example, you cannot have double dots in your bucket name. You can't have these formats. So you have to ensure that you don't use this in your bucket name. And this bucket we need to create in US-West1. For the storage class, we have to choose standard. So let's go back to our bucket, click on continue. So here under location type, click on region, and here let's select US West 1. So this is the region you need to select, click on continue. And for the storage class for the data, you need to click on set default access and standard. So this is the storage class you have to use. Next, under how to control access to objects, you need to uncheck this and force public access prevention on this bucket. And under access control, you need to select uniform, click on continue. Choose how to protect object data. So protection tools, we will leave the default. So let's click on create. So this will create a bucket. Now the bucket is created. You can see this is a bucket. So once that is completed, you can click on check my progress and this should be complete now. So we have created one bucket. So every bucket must have a unique name across the entire cloud storage namespace. So this is true. We should use a unique name to create a bucket. Next, let's upload an object into the bucket. So let's save this image as kitten.png. Now let's go back to our bucket here. So this is a bucket. So click on this bucket. Click on upload files. So select the image which you have saved. So click on this kitten image. Click on open. So now this kitten.png file got uploaded. So let's go back. So here now you can click on check my progress and this should be complete. You have to ensure that you use this proper naming convention to your image. Then only this task will be completed. Object name must be unique only within a given bucket. That's true. The task 3, let's share this bucket publicly. So let's go back here. Here under permissions tab, here click on grant access. Under new principal, enter all users, and for assign roles, select cloud storage object viewer. So under permission, for this resource, we are adding a new principal. And a new principal, we are adding all users and we are assigning this storage object viewer rule. Click on save. So here it is asking, are you sure you want to make this resource public? Yeah, we have to click on allow public access. So now it's updated. So let's go back. So here you can click on check my progress and this should be complete now. So let's verify that if the public access has been enabled. This is object which we have added to the bucket. So this will be publicly accessible now since we have added that permission. So here you can see this is having a public access, but it is public to internet. You can copy this URL and in a new tab you can open this. So now you can see this image. So let's go back. So now this is complete. Let's create folders now. Here you need to click on create folder. So provide a name as folder 1, click on create. So this will create a folder now. Now you can see a folder got created. So inside that folder we will be creating one more folder. So this will be a subfolder for folder 1. So we have to name this folder as folder 2. So let's go back. Let's get inside folder 1. Here click on create folder. Provide a name here as folder 2. Click on create. So this has created a folder 2. So once we have created that folder, we need to upload some files to that. Click on upload file and let's upload the same image. So now the upload is complete. You can see one folder and one image got uploaded. If we go back to this storage bucket, here you can see there is one folder. Inside that folder we have another folder and an image inside that. So let's go back. Now let's delete this folder. So if we go back here, I hope you understood what we have done. So we have created a bucket. Inside bucket we have created a folder by the name folder 1 and we have also added kitten.png. This is the image which we have added to this bucket, and inside folder 1 we have created one more folder, so that is called as a subfolder for folder 1. So that subfolder name is folder 2. So this folder 1 contains one folder and one image. Now let's go back to bucket. Let's click on buckets. So this will take you to the bucket. So this is a bucket. Let's delete this bucket now. So you can click on delete bucket and here it will ask for confirmation. Here you need to type delete. Click on delete. So this will delete the bucket and all the objects inside that bucket. So we have completed this lab. So in this lab I have created a bucket and I have uploaded an object into the bucket. Later I made this object publicly accessible by adding a permission to it. Then inside bucket I created a folder. Inside a folder I created one more subfolder and I added an image to that. Later we have deleted the bucket. So once you complete the lab, you can click on end lab and click on submit. Once you complete this lab, if you go back to the quest, so if you scroll down, so if you refresh this, you can see this is marked as complete. We have completed this lab. So if you found my video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel and stay up to date with the latest content on this channel. So I'll be performing all of this lab and I'll be uploading all these videos. So see you in the next video. Thank you all for watching.